Hello and welcome to the starter video. When you first open the page builder, you'll be given the option to open a layout template, and this is the dialog box that you will see. You will have the choice of creating a blank template or using one of the 12 homepage templates that are already here. You also have the option of choosing a content page. So there are templates here for about pages, our services, a business contact page, portfolio, and facts, etc. The last option is your templates. Now this won't have any templates there until you save them yourself, but we'll look at that later on. So let's go to our home pages and let's open the Minim template. Once the template is loaded, you'll see the options you have here on the right hand side. Now at the top here we have our row layouts, and you have the option to add multiple columns to your page. For example, if I choose the 2 columns, drag that out, you'll see that I can drop it into a new row completely, or even add it to a row that's already there. So I'm going to drop that into a new row, and you'll see that it creates 2 columns. Now the next thing we need to do is add some content. So let's choose a heading and we'll add that to this side here. I'll quickly type in something there, my heading, and we will click Save. Now if we want to add some more content, we need to come up here and click on the Add Content button, and this will open up our dialog over here again. So let's have a quick run through this. We've got basic modules, we've got heading, photo, separator, text editor, and video. And if we click down, we've got our advanced modules, and some of the other modules here are buttons, call to actions, some icons, maps. All these things you can add very quickly by just dragging out to a column or a new row. So in this case, I'm going to go back up to the basic modules. I'm going to grab the photo module, I'm going to drag it out to the page here, and I'm going to select a photo, and I'm going to choose a goldfish, and we'll put that into our page. And if I drag this over here, you'll see that our goldfish is there now in all its glory, probably a little bit too large. So we can actually just change that to a smaller size so it fits on the screen, and I'm going to click Save. So now we have a heading and a goldfish on our page. So let's explain some of the options we have here on the module. So first of all, this one tells me it's a photo, this one tells me it's a heading. So that tells us what our module is. Then we have this directional icon, so we can actually grab hold of this and move it to a different area. So we've got our heading over there now, for example, and if we want to go and change our options, the next one is the wrench. So we click on the wrench and we can get into our options. I'm not going to go into those right now. I'm going to click Save. The next icon is the duplicate icon. Now if I click on that, it will duplicate the exact module, and then I can pick that up and move it across, and we'll put it over here, and now I've got 2 goldfish. Now the next option, I'm going to go on to this one here, is the column settings. So once we click on this, it gives us the column settings, and we can actually change the width. So for example, if I move this to 30%, you'll notice everything moves across. Okay, and I can also change the background color. For example, I'm going to put this horrible purple color here for now. I'm not going to leave it like that because it looks horrible, but you get the point. So I'm going to click that off there right now. I'm going to click Save. Now if I come over to this one and click on the column settings once more, you'll see that it's automatically scaled to 70%. So that's pretty cool. Next option on here is the last one. It's basically the delete or remove option. So for example, if I click on this, I'll get a dialog asking me to confirm that I want to do that. And once I click that, it deletes it. So those are our module options. The options are very similar for the row as well. As you can see, we can actually duplicate a row by clicking on the duplicate button. You'll see it's directly below there. I'm going to delete that. Click OK. So that's our content. We can add our content by clicking on the Add Content, and all the content options will drop down. The last one on here is the WordPress widgets. You can add any of your existing widgets in here. So for example, I've got a calendar module. I can add that in there. That is a widget already that's built into WordPress. It's added to my page that quickly. Okay, so let's say we want to change our template. What we would do is click on Templates option, and then we can either choose to replace the existing one. So if I click on Hope here, for example, it's going to give me the option of replacing the existing, or I can append to new layout, or just cancel it altogether. So if I append the new layout here, you'll notice that it adds it to the bottom of this page, and then I can pick up any of these modules and move them around. So it's a quick way of adding some content from one template to another, and you can see that's at the top there now. So that's the template options. Now if we go into the tools options up here. Click on the tools. We can duplicate this page. It means in our WordPress admin panel we'll have two pages the same, which is pretty handy sometimes. We can also save this as our own template. So I will save this as my template, save, and that's now saved as a template. The other options in the tools menu is you can edit your global settings, so you have the option to show a page heading. By default it's set to no. Okay, the margins, you can set the standard margins throughout your whole website from the page builder settings here, so the margins are set to 0. The standard padding is set to 20, and the max width of the page is set to 1100 right now. You also have the default row width. You can choose between fixed and full width, so if I put that to full width, it will now make all my rows go to full width, which is pretty handy. Then you have some modules options to change the margin on those, and then you get into responsive layout options. You can choose some breakpoints here. So those are pretty handy settings to know about in the tools menu. So I'm going to click on save, and that is pretty much it. If you want a reminder of all the things that are available to you, just click on the question mark up here, and that will open up the dialog for you to take a tour. You can view the knowledge base, or you can watch this video again. I'm going to click on cancel. Once we've finished with our page, we click on the done button, and then we have the choice to discard everything we've just done, so it would go back to how it was before. We can save it as a draft, and if we do save as a draft, we won't see any update on the live page, but it will be there saved for you behind the scenes if you want to go back to it later on. And the last one, which is the one you're going to use most of the time, is publish changes. So if I click on the publish changes, we now have our page published. And that's it for the starter video. The best way to get up to speed with the page builder is to create some pages, drag out some modules, and have a little bit of fun. Hope you've enjoyed this. Thanks for watching.